Chosen one, this is no coincidence. If you're seeing this right now, it's because a profound shift is occurring in your life. One that you might not fully comprehend yet, but you can feel it. You are stepping into a divine season of transformation. A season where the cycles of waiting, hoping, and praying are finally turning into a manifestation of blessings. Chosen one. This isn't just another night. This isn't just another sunset marking the end of another long day. This night is sacred, set apart, saturated in spiritual movement. This night carries prophetic weight. This night is the birthing place of breakthrough. Don't let sleep steal what heaven is trying to deliver. Tonight, the veil is thinner, and what has been building in the spirit is finally being released. You've cried, prayed, waited, wrestled, and tonight, the heavens are shifting in your favor, not by accident, not by chance, but by divine appointment. You were meant to be awake for this. You were meant to be aware. You were meant to be alert. Because there are certain blessings that don't come in the light of day. They come in the silence of night. As others rest, you're being called to rise. Not physically, but spiritually. Because something is being activated, and if your heart is open, you're going to feel it. You're going to catch it. You're going to receive what's been waiting for this exact moment to enter your life. Let's walk through this moment together. But before we dive in, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because this is a message every chosen one needs to hear. If you feel the power of this divine shift resonating with you, drop the number 77 in the comments. This isn't just a number, it's a powerful signal to the universe that you are aligning with the divine truth, stepping into your transformation, and preparing to claim the blessings that have been waiting for you. Only those who are truly chosen will stay until the end, and those who do will unlock deeper understanding, sharpen their spiritual awareness, and fully step into the blessings hidden within this message. This is your moment of transformation, and you're here for a reason. And remember, this is knowledge that unfolds layer by layer. Re-watch this video as many times as you need to align your mind, body, and spirit with the truth being revealed. Each time you return, you'll notice something new, something powerful that you may have missed the first time. Let every word stir you, awaken you, and guide you deeper into the divine alignment of your next season. Now let's step into the shift that is unfolding for you tonight. Chapter 1. The night heaven responds to hidden cries. Chosen one, there are certain nights in your life that are not ordinary. They are not just a flip of the calendar or another turn of the clock. They are divine portals. Windows in time where the atmosphere shifts, where the spiritual world draws closer, and the voice of God becomes clearer. This is one of those nights. You've walked through seasons that nearly broke you. You've carried burdens that felt too heavy for your soul. You've suffered in silence, smiled while bleeding internally, and kept going even when your spirit whispered, "I can't do this anymore." You've cried in pillowcases soaked in prayers, and your heart wondered, "God, do you see me?" Yes, He does, and He's been listening the entire time. Heaven doesn't operate on your clock, but it always answers in your season. And your season, chosen one, has arrived. This night isn't just about sleep. It's about spiritual synchronization. It's about alignment between what's been happening in the racing scene and what's about to manifest in the racing scene. It's about God responding not just to your words, but to the weight of your spirit. He's heard your whispers in the wilderness. He's seen the silent battles, and He's responding. This night holds power because it represents a shift, a crossing over, a divine hand reaching into your reality to pull you out of delay and into destiny. What you thought was forgotten has been archived in the archives of heaven. Not a single tear, prayer, or act of faith has gone unnoticed. Think of the Bible. How many of God's greatest interventions occurred in the dark? Jacob wrestled with the angel at night and came out with a new name, Israel, meaning he who struggles with God and prevails. His identity was rewritten at night. The Israelites crossed the Red Sea under the cover of night, protected by the pillar of cloud and fire. Jesus, in his final moments before the cross, prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane while others fell asleep, and in that dark hour, he aligned his will with the Father's, saying, "Not my will, but yours be done." Do not underestimate the night. The night is where warriors are forged. The night is where destinies are unlocked. The night is where heaven speaks clearest, because your distractions are silenced and your spirit is still. Chosen one, this night, right now, is one of those moments. A divine instruction is being released. A heavenly answer is approaching. An angelic presence is nearby. But the question is, will you stay spiritually awake long enough to receive what's being sent? Don't sleep on this moment. Not physically, not spiritually. If there's ever been a time to pray, to intercede, to sit still, and listen, it's now. Some blessings are tied to obedience in the night hours. Some doors only open when your spirit is awake while the world slumbers. So tonight, light your candle of faith. Sit in your prayer corner. Pour out your heart again. Cry if you need to. Speak boldly, because heaven is not only listening, it's replying. And when heaven replies, it doesn't do so with suggestion. It moves with authority. It rearranges circumstances, shifts people, removes obstacles, and places you on a divine path you didn't see coming. This is a night of fulfillment, a night where what was promised begins to manifest, a night where the enemy's assignments fall flat and God's will takes center stage. Your name is being mentioned in unseen places. Your destiny is being rewritten by the finger of God. This night is holy. Don't waste it on fear, distractions, or doubt. Press in, because heaven is speaking back. Chapter 2. Angels on assignment, moving silently, strategically. Chosen one, while you rest, the heavens never do. And while the world may be asleep, the spiritual realm is fully awake, buzzing with activity that cannot be seen with the natural eye. There are angels on assignment, and they've been sent with orders, not suggestions, not options, but divine instructions concerning you. These angels don't move emotionally. They move strategically. They operate with precision, governed by God's timing and powered by your prayers, your obedience, and your faith. And tonight, they are moving with urgency on your behalf. Don't think your situation has been forgotten just because the warfare has been silent. Oftentimes, the greatest spiritual warfare is invisible. The moments when everything feels still, when prayers seem to echo into nothingness. That is when heaven is arranging, blocking, releasing, and protecting. These angels have been dispatched to cover you, clear your path, and confront everything sent to destroy you. They are not just guarding you from danger. They are dismantling spiritual roadblocks. They are surrounding you in places where your voice couldn't reach. They are showing up in boardrooms, courtrooms, interviews, relationships, preparing things for your arrival. Your next opportunity is being prepared before you even know to ask for it. They are also protecting you from what you don't see, from manipulative people, from spiritual traps, from emotional damage that would have altered your path. God has been using these unseen warriors to shield you even from yourself, from choices that would have delayed your destiny. But angels aren't just bodyguards, they're messengers and facilitators. They carry blueprints. They hold the map to your next chapter. But there's a condition. They respond to your voice. Your fear weakens your alignment. Your doubt delays their movement. But your faith, your praise, your declarations, they empower the angels to war on your behalf. This is why your voice matters tonight. This is why you can't go to sleep passively. This is not the night to scroll through your phone or casually fall asleep in doubt. This is the night to speak with authority, to declare what God has promised, to activate the angelic assistance that's already surrounding you. Say things like, "Every delay is breaking now. I command my destiny to align with heaven. I declare protection, provision, and clarity. I speak favor over my life and divine acceleration over my journey." Speak it, because your words are spiritual currency. The word says in Psalm 103, verse 20, "Bless the Lord, you his angels, who excel in strength, who do his word, heeding the voice of his word." That means angels respond when you speak God's word aloud. When you pray his promises, you release angelic assistance into motion. Tonight is not for fear. Tonight is not for confusion. Tonight is not for restlessness or anxiety. Tonight is a militant, prophetic window, where the forces of heaven are waiting for your agreement to move faster. So align with heaven's movement. If you need to, wake up in the middle of the night and walk your floor in prayer. If your heart feels heavy, don't suppress it. Express it in prayer. If you feel resistance, don't retreat. Rise up in spiritual warfare and declare, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." Angels are on assignment, and their assignment is you. Let your agreement empower their movement. Let your voice echo in the corridors of heaven. Let your spirit stay awake, because something is shifting, and it's happening tonight. Chapter 3. Alignment over effort. This shift is strategic. Chosen one, you've been taught your whole life to hustle, to grind, to work your way into destiny. You've been conditioned to believe that if you're not doing something, you're not worthy of receiving anything. That effort equals value, and striving equals significance. But the spiritual realm doesn't operate by the laws of the flesh. Heaven doesn't reward burnout. It rewards alignment asterisk. And this is where your shift begins, not with your hands, but with your posture. You've done enough. You've cried, labored, served, given, hoped, and stayed faithful even when it felt like nothing was moving. But this next season is not about what you can force. It's about what you can receive. The spiritual doors that are opening for you right now won't respond to effort. They respond to alignment with the will of God. You've tried to fix things that weren't yours to fix. Tried to heal people who were never ready to be whole. You've gone above and beyond, only to feel stretched thin, worn down, and misunderstood. But God is calling you to a different approach now, one that doesn't cost you your peace. Tonight, heaven is whispering, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. Stillness is not passivity. It is power. It is trust. It is the loudest statement of faith you can make, that you no longer need to do it all yourself, that you are finally ready to align with divine flow rather than swim upstream against it. This shift is strategic, not strenuous. Some doors don't open because you knock harder. They open because you arrive at the right moment, in the right spiritual condition, carrying the right heart. This is a moment to posture your soul, to lift your hands not in labor, but in surrender, to say, God, not my will, but yours. Because the truth is, there are things you've been praying for that God has already assigned to you, but they've been waiting on you to get into position. And position doesn't always mean action. Sometimes it means obedience in rest. Sometimes it means turning down noise. Sometimes it means stepping back so that God can step forward. It means refusing to strive when God is calling you to trust. This is not the time to force relationships that drain you. Not the time to chase opportunities that don't carry your anointing. Not the time to beg for seats at tables that cannot handle your presence. This is the time to ask, God, where are you already working, and how can I align with it? It's time to move with heaven's rhythm, not the world's pace, because when alignment happens, acceleration follows. The blessings you've been waiting on don't always come after years of effort. Sometimes they fall into place in a single moment of surrender. One prayer, one shift in heart posture, one yes to God's timing. So tonight, put down your need to control. Stop rehearsing the past. Stop calculating your future. Sit with your Creator. Ask, God, show me what you're doing in this moment. Let me feel the wind of your spirit. Let me recognize the signs. Let me hear the whispers in the quiet. Don't miss this moment by trying to be productive in your flesh when God is doing surgery on your spirit. This shift is sacred, and it begins not when you push, but when you pause. Chapter 4. A divine shift in your assignment is being activated. Chosen one, the version of you that once tolerated dysfunction is gone. The version of you that questioned your worth has died in the fire of affliction. The version of you that shrank to make others comfortable no longer fits in the divine blueprint God is laying before you. You've been through the breaking. Now it's time for the building. God is shifting your assignment. Not because you were wrong, but because you've outgrown what once was right. You've fulfilled one chapter, and now you're being ushered into the next. This isn't a demotion. It's not a punishment. It's a promotion in the spirit. Heaven has watched you remain faithful with little. You showed up when nobody applauded. You prayed when your heart was breaking. You gave when you barely had. And now you're being repositioned. This new assignment may stretch you because it requires a new version of you, one that walks in boldness, not timidity, one that leads, not just supports, one that builds what others fear to imagine. Tonight, something is being activated inside of you. You may not know how to explain it, but you'll feel it in your bones. A divine discomfort, a restlessness that doesn't come from anxiety, but from spiritual expansion. It's your spirit saying, I can't stay here. There's more for me. You'll start to see clearer. Your discernment will sharpen. You'll notice what no longer fits and who no longer aligns. That's not you being judgmental. That's you being called higher. Moses had to leave Egypt. David had to leave the field. Esther had to step into the palace. Jesus had to leave Nazareth. Every great assignment begins with a divine nudge that says, you've stayed here long enough. And that's what's happening now. You are stepping into divine deployment. You've been prepared in secret. Now, heaven is activating you in purpose. The world may not know your name yet, but heaven does. And when heaven calls you forward, no man can block your rise. But here's the key. You must accept the shift. Don't cling to the familiar just because it's safe. Don't reject your new assignment out of fear of failure. If God is calling you, He's already equipped you. And what you lack in experience, heaven will fill with grace. So tonight, speak it aloud. I accept my divine assignment. I trust your timing, God. I surrender the old. I receive the new. I am ready. Because your time is not just coming, it has come. Chapter 5. Destiny alignments are being set into motion. You were never meant to walk this path alone. But before God could send you the right people, He had to remove the wrong ones. That's why it felt lonely. That's why people left without explanation. That's why you had to sit in silence while others misunderstood your heart. It wasn't abandonment, it was protection. God has been setting the stage for something bigger. A kingdom alignment. Not just friendships, but covenant connections. Not just partnerships, but purposeful alliances designed by the hand of God Himself. Tonight, heaven is setting alignments into motion. Relationships that were delayed are now being released. People who were hidden are being revealed. Destiny doors are being unlocked, not by your popularity, but by your preparation. This time, you won't have to chase. You won't have to over-explain, compromise, or prove your worth. The people coming into your life now will recognize your anointing, not just your personality. They'll see you not just for what you do, but for who you are in the Spirit. These are people who will pray with you, not just party with you. People who will celebrate your calling, not compete with your light. People who will walk with you, not weigh you down. The word says in Amos 3:3, "Can two walk together unless they are agreed?" God is sending those who agree with your assignment, who match your frequency, who won't drain your oil, but help you multiply it. But here's your part. Make room. Pray tonight. God, remove every counterfeit, every distraction, every familiar spirit masquerading as a friend. Replace them with divine allies, with kindred spirits, with builders and believers who honor what you've placed in me. Chosen one, the season of isolation was never punishment. It was sacred preparation. And now, the veil is lifting. The alignments are coming. The connections are forming. The partnerships are being birthed in the Spirit even as you read this. Don't rush it. Don't settle. And above all, don't let your loneliness make you reach for what isn't sent. What God has for you, you won't have to force it, because what's divine recognizes what's divine. And heaven is orchestrating the introductions. Tonight, pray, praise, prepare, because the ones who will help carry your mantle are on their way. Chapter 6. Nightfall, Healing and Supernatural Restoration. There is something incredibly sacred and powerful about the night. When the hustle and bustle of the world cease, when the noise fades away, and all that's left is the quiet of your heart and the stillness around you, it creates a space for God to move like never before. The night, in its quiet solitude, becomes the perfect environment for deep healing. You see, sometimes the noise of the day can be overwhelming. It can be distracting. It can drown out the gentle whispers of God. But in the silence of the night, God is able to move deeply within you. Tonight is a night of healing, of emotional, spiritual, and even physical restoration. It's a night where God is going to touch the deep wounds you may have hidden away for years, the wounds that you thought were buried, the hurts you never had time to face, the pains that have long been ignored. Tonight, God is shining His light on those hidden places and healing them. He is not just healing what's visible, but what's buried beneath the surface. Tonight, Healing is going to reach the parts of your soul that you didn't even know needed attention. For some of you, the wounds are from past relationships, friendships, family dynamics, or romantic entanglements that left you broken. There were words spoken that left scars, promises made that were broken, and trust that was shattered. God is healing those emotional wounds tonight. He's restoring your sense of self-worth and your ability to trust again. You will feel a weight being lifted off your heart tonight, like a burden that you didn't even realize you were carrying being taken off of your shoulders. The peace you're about to experience is the peace that only God can provide, and it's going to heal you in ways you never imagined. For others, the healing may be spiritual. You've been distant from God, maybe due to disappointment, discouragement, or confusion. You've questioned His presence, His timing, or even His love. But tonight, God is drawing you close again. His arms are open wide, ready to wrap around you and remind you of His never-ending love for you. This is not a night for condemnation. This is a night for reconciliation. God is healing your relationship with Him, restoring your faith and trust in His goodness and His plan for your life. And for some, there may be physical healing that will take place in the quiet hours of the night. God is touching your body, bringing healing to areas where you felt pain or weakness. Whether it's chronic illness, injury, or fatigue, God is bringing His supernatural healing power into your life tonight. Even as you rest, His power is at work, touching every part of your body, bringing renewal and strength where there has been pain. What you may not realize is that this healing isn't just for today. What God does tonight will have lasting effects on your life. The healing that begins tonight will continue to manifest as you walk through the coming days, weeks, and months. You will find yourself waking up with a renewed sense of peace, confidence, and strength. You will look back on this night and realize that this was the moment that your healing began. Tonight, let go of all the burdens you've been carrying. Let go of the pain, the disappointment, the bitterness, and the wounds. Release them into God's hands and allow Him to do what only He can do. Allow Him to heal you from the inside out. This healing is not just a one-time event. It's the beginning of a journey of restoration that will lead you to a place of peace and wholeness you've never experienced before. Remember, God doesn't just heal the surface. He heals the deep places, the wounds you didn't know you had, the hurts you didn't know you were still carrying. Tonight, God is making you whole again. And when you wake up tomorrow, you will wake up with a renewed spirit, a lighter heart, and a restored soul. Chapter 7. A Midnight Shift with Morning Manifestation. The midnight hour is a time of deep spiritual significance. While most of the world sleeps, God is at work. It's in the quiet, still moments of the night that God often moves most powerfully. This is a sacred time, a time when the spiritual realm is fully awake, and the plans that God has for your life are being set into motion. Tonight, a divine shift is happening. What you've been waiting for, praying for, and believing for is coming to fruition. This shift may not be visible to the naked eye right away, but make no mistake, something powerful is happening behind the scenes. The spiritual atmosphere is being altered. God is working on your behalf in ways that will soon be seen in the natural realm. And the beauty of this shift is that it begins tonight, in the quiet, while everyone else is asleep. But you, chosen one, are awake. And because you're awake, you will see the manifestation of what God is doing in your life. There is something incredibly powerful about staying spiritually awake during the midnight hour. It's during this time that God aligns your heart with His will, that He prepares you for what is to come, and that He sets things in motion that will lead to your breakthrough. The changes you're about to experience won't just be emotional or spiritual, they will be tangible and visible. You're about to see changes in every area of your life: relationships, finances, health, career, and more. The shift is happening in the spirit, and it will soon be reflected in your life. And the most beautiful thing about this shift is that it is divinely timed. It's happening exactly when it's supposed to. What has been delayed is about to be unlocked. What has been dormant is about to spring to life. What has seemed impossible is about to become a reality. God is moving on your behalf, and His timing is always perfect. You may not fully understand all that is happening right now, and that's okay. The key is to trust the process. God is doing something that will take shape in the coming days, but the seeds are being planted tonight. Tomorrow morning, you will begin to see the fruit of tonight's labor. What began in the spiritual realm will begin to manifest in the natural. Your prayers are being answered. Your faith is being rewarded. The morning will bring with it tangible change. You will see shifts in your finances, your relationships, your health, and your purpose. What once seemed out of reach will suddenly be within your grasp. Opportunities that were previously closed off will begin to open up. And all of this is happening because you chose to stay awake during the midnight hour, because you dared to believe even when it was still dark. The night may have been long, but your morning is coming. This shift will not only change your night, it will change your life. And the beauty is, this shift doesn't stop at daybreak. It continues to unfold, and with each new day, you will see more of what God is doing in your life. You will see the fruits of your faith, the rewards of your patience, and the blessings that are being poured out upon you. Stay awake, stay faithful, and watch as God brings your breakthrough. This midnight shift is only the beginning. Your morning of manifestation is coming, and it will be nothing short of miraculous.